All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look. Now, first of all, today is a holiday in the US, okay? So we've got news coming out Thursday, Friday, and today is a holiday. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean there's not going to be any trading or any action, but probably going to be a weaker session, especially in the indices, all right? But we'll see how things pan out. I've already posted until the end of February, so you guys have your hours and swing days. Let's take a look at gold. Friday was a swing day. Today is not a swing day. If it was a swing day today, I'd like to sell it and push it down further, but it isn't. So tomorrow is going to be a swing day for this one, and once that happens, we'll see how things pan out according to the hours of the day. All right. So, so in the meantime, if you're going to trade this today, okay, it's not a swing day, but yeah, I do want to trade it, blah blah. If that's what you're kind of saying, then there's room to push down into this zone here, 44 to 47, and that's that zone there, 2642, 2648, 2656. Okay, here it's 2658. Now on the weekly, there is one place you need to be looking out for. It's that level, and that's 2671. So I've marked in those levels, 2671. 2678 is the gap fill, which you should all have anyway. If you're using your ATM, obviously you've got everything, but that's the gap fill there. All right, so there is room to come down for the market to fill the gap if they're going to continue to push up. Okay, and that's how it is. The better hours are, like I said, they're starting in New York session, like pre-trade. That 3:20 to 4 o'clock is good. Okay, so that's one zone there. And then 6 o'clock is good. Okay, that 6 o'clock zone. And today, like we've got two situations happening. One at 1:55 and the other one at 5:15. All right. These will probably be triggered at the 3:20 to 3:55 zone and 6 o'clock. Okay, so it's like pretty much happening there and then as we get there. All right, so be mindful that the New York session is looking like a better option to be trading, despite the fact that New York is closed. But London will still be open part of that New York session, so it's tradable. All right, so it makes sense to follow through if you're trading today. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. All right, so basically, let me just go over it again. In short, if we're up somewhere and you want to sell, you can sell the highs. This is a PST level. That's a PST level, as you can see here. It's a supply zone. That's a PST level there, as you can see. All right. So if a person wants to sell these at trading hours to push down, it's okay. Just be mindful about the covering of the trade at your weekly, at your daily and weekly. All right. As you can see, this is a stop sweep pushing up. Okay. Despite the fact that it is a stop sweep kind of push up, at the end of the day, still the market did close there on a few bars, as you can see, which is the low of that. Okay, so if I take a low of that, which is there, okay, hasn't closed below it, it's closed below the low of Friday. All right, and this is pretty much an equal low. All right, maybe just a stop sweep under, but looks like an even low. All right, and there's still, like I said, a bit of gap to fill in there. All right, so we'll see how that pans out. So if you want to sell from the highs, I think it's doable if you're going to trade, but just remember it's not swing day. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar. Now today, euro dollar is a swing day, and I like this because we've got to push up and a pull back. Okay. Now, if you think about this, remember, euro dollar was a Tuesday, Wednesday, so that's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So look what happened on Wednesday. All right, so that's the Wednesday, and that was Tuesday was here. Now it didn't come back on Tuesday for us to buy, but it did kind of like break out, so that's fine. So this situation is okay, and I'm just going to check for the fill in here. It's pretty much filled in, pretty much, maybe just a few points off, but this could be a nice breakout. Okay, two things can happen here. That's a good buy kiss. 44.48, 1.03, 27.02, 1.0302 is there. 1.0327 is going to be there. All right, so that's a nice sell-off. This is also a good sell-off. All right, you see it's pretty cool here. There are no gaps here, so this is good. This is not a trading hour, however. All right, this just isn't. So so that's it. Okay, as you can see. So what to do with this one now? Because it's a swing day, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. On the weekly, we still have room to go up. 35, 1.035866, 03. $58. All right, so put your 58.66 as I've done. Let's get this scaled. Okay, and 66. So if the market does break out, because it can, it's a swing day, it's a nice day to trade. Okay, if it goes up first, selling is okay, and your first sell off, like I said, is this zone and there, but it's not a trading hour yet. Okay, so that's how it is. If that's the case, let's say you missed out on it and the market pushed down, you can wait for the next swing day if it pushes down to get in on the low. All right, but if it goes up, we want to go up with it. Okay, and on the weekly, definitely there is still room to push up into that zone. All right, so any pullback is valid. Maybe it'll even fill that in, take out stops. Also, you can see here, let's see, the high is 0250. So let's do an 0250 is going to be there. All right, so this is a place where the market can pick up. Now I'm going to turn this into a 1 hour chart just so that you can see. As you know, the daily and the 1 hour go really well together, and I like that. What you can see is, let's make this a little smaller. Now, if you're keen on the euro dollar, okay, what you have to see and understand is that selling into the low is not a bad idea to fill in the gap, but and then we want to buy it. Okay, now, there's no news coming out of the euro, so this zone, all right, becomes a target zone. Okay, so if the market wants to like kind of like sell down here, it's not a bad idea. All right, it's not a bad idea at all to close in that gap. It will tap in there. All right, so it's also doable at trading hours. You see, it's filled in the gaps over here nicely. All right, nice fill in, comes in, and they just sell off. Blah blah blah. Selling off again is good. Filled in the gap here. In the news, great. So there's room to sell off here. All right, into the next swing day, and today being a swing day makes it logical for us to do so. All right, and that's how it is. Okay, If it does, like I said, we'd like to push up again. This is a good buy opportunity. And on the daily, okay, remember on the daily, anywhere in there is good. If the market breaks out from here, okay, we have to wait for the PST breakouts, because until the PST breakout is a breakout, it's not really a breakout. Okay, this is why so many times people get stuck with fake breakouts. Okay, and it becomes a fake on the price. Okay, but on the PST, want to be a bit more careful and prudent. Even if it breaks out, it's going to come back and retrace. You can get back in again. Okay, so I don't mind selling from the highs on a swing day. Okay, if it breaks out, then we've got to wait. Okay, intraday pullback is good into a trading hour to push up. If you think you should be buying, okay, because the market made an impulse and we're going sideways, then yeah, all right, fair enough. I won't say no. Okay, just make sure you're back in a place where the market closed gaps, like on the opening closing price zone. It's picked up once there before. If London brings it back and you want to buy again, okay, fair enough. You can do it with a tight stop loss, no problem. But don't don't start buying at the highs. You're on a daily PST resistance zone. It's just not a good idea. SB 500 now, some new week, so let's take a look. So last week, as you can see, we had a huge push up. Now the market's broken up. That's nice to see. We can see market is bullish, very bullish. Okay, the good buy kiss at 58 is 5989. 5989 is there. Okay, 5989. So it's already done. All right, so this is like bull kind of bullish, okay, with a lot of gaps. So this is sooner or later going to be terrorized, okay? Sooner or later they will terrorize it, push it all the way down, back in here, and maybe we should be ready if they do so. All right, and that's the previous week's low zone. So let's do this. Put that there. Put that there. Just keep this in mind, okay, because it is going to be a place where they'll want to just terrorize the market one day and push it all the way into here before they keep buying. You can see this is 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, 4 days up move. They're going to give it a good shake up somewhere, okay, like something like this, boom, and then close everything out, maybe down here or down here. So we'll cover them both, okay. It's either going to be there or here, right there. So don't get caught in that trap. Be smart. Make sure you're using your stop losses, because like I said, they will terrorize this. Now, indices today, 20th, the week of the 20th, we've got for the indices swing day today or tomorrow. Now, today being a holiday, okay, market can still push down, not a problem, all right. And if I do this, if I turn this into a 1 hour, let's take a look. Okay, here we are. As you can see, on the upside, we're like filled in. Okay, it's all clean on the upside, as you can see. Even highs, all right. So taking stops out and then selling off might be an option. Okay, it's a strong high, as you can see. big sell-off breaking down. So selling again here for the market may be an option, just even to close these off before buying. Okay, so be smart. Just because we've got a PST breakout, which I always say don't stand in front of it, but without a gap fill, going back up again is a bit tricky. Okay, so what can you do? If the market is up here at trading hours and you want to sell, it's legitimate. Okay, that's how it is. Where should you push it down to? Definitely you can push it down to the PST zone here. You need to cover the trade as it comes down, okay, because that is a PST level. On the daily, if you take a look, okay, on the daily, we're also at highs here, and we've got 2 swing days, Monday or Tuesday, right? And then the market can just come back down. You see the gap there, close it all the way back into 5,860 zone. Okay, so that's also doable, and that's how it is. All right, so like I said, this could also be, let me just double check. Wow, this is just crazy. All right, we'll see how things pan out. All right, so we're on the 20th of Jan. All right, so this is a good fall. Let me just double check. When was the new year? This was the new year here. All right. So if we have one more breakdown, okay, if we have one more breakdown, then this has to be like a short term, maybe a short term downwards trend, like I said, into that April zone. Okay, we'll see how it goes. All right, so like I said, selling the highs, I'm not against at all at trading hours. Okay, today, tomorrow, okay to do so. Once we close gap, we're fine. No buying here because I think this is bound to break, but definitely manage the trade there. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now with Dow Jones, we also have a swing day today. Okay, and SP 500 and NASDAQ are the same, but with Dow Jones, it's today, and the other days, one of the days is different anyway. All right. Now, with the Dow Jones as well, we had a big push up, remember? So the market goes up. Let's take a look at the weekly first. That's the weekly, and that's goodbye kiss zone. All right, so that's normal that the market pushes up. That's your, what is that? That's your LCL one, I think. Was that LCL one or HCL? HCL one, sorry. 44,012 on the weekly. So 44,012. So today, tomorrow, we might hit highs, 44th, and then the market might sell off. But looking to sell off, I don't think is a bad idea, okay? Because on the weekly, this is a goodbye kiss zone, okay? So we've come up and selling off again is okay. Now this is, as you can see, was a runner. So this is cleaning out the stops, filling in the gaps. If I get rid of this now, and if I was to range it out from there to there, that's 50. So a bit more up can happen, okay? And then another sell-off is doable, all right? This on the daily is going to be support. It's LCL 143.105. 43.105 is there. All right, so this is going to be a support zone. So coming back into this zone is logical too. So if you want to sell the highs to push down, it's okay to do so. All right. And on the weekly, you can see the PSD is not, pretty much. This isn't going to change unless we close next week lower. Okay. But this up move is logical. The market's just, pushing up after that big downfall. So 43,829 here and 67 here. As you can see, 67 is 44,400. Okay, 44,400 is going to be there. I don't know if it'll get there again, but if it does, it'll be a sell zone. All right. But in any case, I think, today's selling the highs to push down, and tomorrow as well, if we're still high, to push down is okay. And then if the market wants to pick up the pieces later on, it can. This zone we still have to keep an eye out for, and so as well these levels are hot. Okay, so the market has room to come down into these levels as well. Okay, I've got them in green here, but if you've learnt from me, just draw them in. All right, you see the gap here. This is why we have that zone there. Okay, and this is where the market picked up. So wherever the market picks up, just draw your lines there. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Now with NASDAQ, here we are. Let's take a look at the weekly. Now the weekly, this is also a breakout situation. And it looks like a breakout setup. So the market can be going higher and higher. And that 58 is 21,301 and 319. 21,301 and 19. Let's do 301 is there. 19 is just there. It's pretty damn close there. Okay, so this is the zone. It's pretty much there. Now what? As you can see again, this thing also has a lot of gaps. Now if it keeps pushing up, we're going to get this slapped down. Okay, so now we can get rid of these and draw this zone, because if it does get hit, it's actually from there to there. Okay, now I'm not worried about drawing these too high. Okay, you see, sometimes people say, but Marty, that's such a big gap. Don't worry about it for the moment, because when we get there, we're going to just sharpen up the time and the prices. Okay, so yeah, it is a bit of a big zone, but it should come back down into there. Okay, and remember our 50% or 37.5 rule. If you have a big range, come to the zone right in the middle and say that's my zone. Then you can wait for a time and a price being that on there. So it's not a big deal. All right. Okay, just need a bit of technical analysis knowledge for that. Now look, we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. NASDAQ, swing day today, tomorrow. If the market turns today, or when New York opens tomorrow, does a stop sweep and then falls down, it wouldn't be a surprise. If it comes down quickly and then wants to push back up, that also shouldn't surprise us. Okay, this is where we're at. So this is like pretty much legit. Okay, this is a legitimate breakout. So pulling back to fill in the gaps is that green zone there. I'm just going to get rid of that because that's done. And not much of a gap there. All right. So, going up is looking like the way to go. So pullbacks are okay. And the only places I can think of, if we're going to go up nice and easy, it's going to be the weekly, this zone, and you see this gap here all the way back down there. All right. If it doesn't, but it keeps going up, then you have to know that this is heading for a beating. Okay, so it's like going to go somewhere and they're just going to slap it big time and then just pull, boom, boom, boom down. Maybe like something like, I don't know, like boom down. You see how this went up? Okay, you see how it's going up with gaps, and then all of a sudden they're like big push. Look, let's see. So look, there you go. So big push, 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 going up and then setting up for a big bang, boom, boom, boom. All right, and then closing all the gaps, boom. So this is the kind of volatility that we need to look out for, so we don't get stuck at the wrong end of the trade. Okay, so if they keep pushing it up, they're setting it up for a big slap down. When that slap down happens, it should be on a swing day or the day after. All right, it's be it the swing day or the day after. If the swing day closes red, then it's a good opportunity for a tight stop loss position to follow that red bar down. Okay, but in the interim, we don't have that yet. Okay, and as you can see, that market is closed up, and that's closing higher than that bar, so it's still pretty bullish. Okay, and there's a bit of a gap here, so the market might be targeting it. So we can do this. Okay. There. So we'll see how that pans out. This is the breakout here. If you are using your PST, just draw the line there. There's a price tag on there. 21,155. 21,155. Well, that's your weekly pivot. Okay, so that's going to be a weekly pivot there. And this is looking like a low on the daily pivot, which is also the weekly PST level. So if you want to push up from here to go up, is it also logical? All right, so be mindful. We've got a breakout on the PST. I always say don't stand in front of it, but with all the gaps, we just have to be cautious. What you can do is trade with a smaller lot size. Okay, you don't have to go, regular size with your risk taking if the situation's a bit tricky, which is. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin, remember Bitcoin Sunday was a swing day. Right, let's do that. That's your Sunday. All right. So we had a swing day here. Come on. That was a swing day there. Market went all the way up. Nice and easy. Okay. Remember we had these lines here, so as you can see we're in that zone. That target's done. We can get rid of that now. And now we're here. Okay. They filled the gap, so if you did sell off, your trade should be covered. Okay. As you can see, we're going sideways. The market can sell at the tops, and it's good to do so. Can this be a distribution situation? Okay, where the market goes sideways, 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 and then we have a boom, boom, boom down. It can. Okay, you want to take advantage of such a situation if that's going to be, yeah, you can sell the highs. Okay, you can see my blue line there, okay, red there, red there. So selling the zone, buying the zone is okay. Now I can get rid of this, okay, because that's done. And that's basically it. All right, so there. And these were even lows. See how the market stop sweeps, goes all the way up, nice and easy, doing it. So on the weekly, let's take a look. Okay, it's a nice bullish PST breakout. 71, 105, 830, 105, 105, 830 is about there. We'll get rid of that. So that's your target zone if you want to head up there. And that's your, from last week, I guess I drew that. Okay, so that's fine. All right, not a big deal. Now this is a good zone. You see this, the market picked up nice and easy on this support. If it pulls back and you want to buy again, should you? If you're intraday trading, you can. Okay. Is it a swing day on Bitcoin? No, it's not. Okay. So if on a swing day we're high, you can look to sell off again. If we're low, you can look to buy into it. Okay. Other than that, though, it's not a swing day, so if you want to wait it out, you can. Yeah, on the weekly as well, that price, look, that's 64.63, 98.360, 99.730, 99.730 is done. So that's, both of those levels are pretty much done. Okay. 63 is a bit lower. 98.360, 98.360 is there. Okay. If we dip down, this zone is going to be a buy zone again. Okay, it's a support zone, it's a buy zone, and as you can see, it's nice and bullish. Okay, but there's room to come down. I'm not going to delete that. This is a place we should definitely get back to. Right? So the market will definitely get back into that zone. Right? And when it does, you can, if you're buyers and holders, buying and holding, you can do that. That level, I wouldn't buy and hold there. And that's Bitcoin. All right. So if you want intraday trading, buying the zone is okay. This zone is a sell zone. Don't buy here. If you want to sell around here, that's also doable to push back down again.